Good evening to all and welcome to the session, the Hindu Editorial Analysis for Proficiency in English. Today's editorial is all about the display of tableaus at the time of the Republic Day celebrations. There is a controversy regarding that. A decision has been taken, which is a positive one. It is about that as well. But before we go to the editorial, today a lot of words are there to learn. Let us start with editorial vocabulary. What is the first one? Fairness. Fair, from that we get fairness. Fair is an adjective, fairness noun. It has many meanings in this context. Impartial and just treatment or behavior without favoritism or discrimination. Impartial, just. The word just has two or three meanings. Good evening, good evening, good, good. I appreciate that. Wish you the same. And just, I have just started the session. Here it is only a function goes with present perfect, but just means a perfect, perfect. Just a treatment, perfect treatment without any prejudice, without any favoritism, without any discrimination. And fairness, if you take the word fair, fair is a adjective form. It has again many meanings, but one of the meanings goes with complexion. Generally, we say fair complexion. What is opposite? Dark complexion. You should not use white or black. Fair complexion, dark complexion. Many Indians in between. What are the words we use? One word is a wheatish complexion. The other one, brownish. These you have to know. Many Indians, wheatish or brownish. Second word, tableau. Tableau, part of speech noun. I think last week also I did one editorial based on this, but today it is about the decision. That time about the controversy, today about the controversy as well as a new system, a new plan which is going to make everyone happy. Tableau singular, what is the plural form? Tableaus. You have to add the letter X that you will come across when we go to the editorial. A group of models or motionless figures representing a scene from a story or from history. In this context, representing the culture of a particular state. Ensure, part of speech verb, to make something certain to happen. Ensure means make sure. Very simple. Potential, adjective noun, potentially adverb, and potential, an important word. Hidden, something that is hidden. Look at the meaning, possibly, but not yet actually. And potential means what? You have the potential to achieve success. Usually, I tell students, you all have a lot of potential. You have to unleash your potential. Unleash your potential means what? Bring out your talent, then sky is the limit. Accompany, verb form, accompaniment, noun form. Accompany means what? To go with someone. Accompaniment, noun, something that supplements or complements something else, either supplements or complements something else. Cry foul, this also we got last time, if you remember. Idiomatic expression to complain that someone has done something that is not fair. When you feel you have been something has not been done fairly, you say, you cry foul, you try to protest. In this context, last time also I gave one idiom. They gave in SBI many a time. Cry wolf. Cry wolf means what? Raise false alarm. Raise, not rise, raise false alarm. Cry wolf. This is an important idiom you have to remember. But what is it here? Cry foul. Motivation, noun form. Motive is also a noun. But motive means what? A reason for doing something. What is the motive behind? Means what is the reason behind? But motivation, an important word. Motivation, you all should have the motivation, obviously, have the motivation. Motivation means driving force, driving force within. Inside, you have the force. Some force has brought you to this platform. Because you are motivated, you are here. You need to have the motivation to get prepared for competitive exams. I use this quite often. Obviously, obvious adjective, obviously adverb, in a way that is easily perceived or understood clearly. Obvious means what? Clear. Goes without saying. Someone comes with short hair, it is obvious that he had a haircut. Obvious means clear. Showcase can be a noun, can be a verb. As a noun, when you enter someone's house, the first room, people say hall. That is wrong. You have to say living room. You can also say drawing room. In the living room or the drawing room, you have the showcase where you display your whatever you have achieved or something that is interesting or the souvenirs. But here, showcase as a verb to show the best qualities or parts of something. You can also think of the word display. Showcase means what? Display. Elaborate, part of speech adjective, elaborately adverb. Involving many carefully arranged parts or details. Detail complicated in design and planning. But elaborate means what? In detail. Exhibit, yes, you're right. Empanel, part of speech verb, to select a group of people for a jury. Jury or committee, you can think of empanel. Allegations, we have got many a time. Allege, verb, allegation, noun, accusation, noun. A claim or assertion that someone has done something illegal or wrong, typically one made without proof. When you don't have the proof, we use the word allegation. And here you blame someone, you accuse someone, you allege something. After some time, you stop. Then what is the word? There's an important word. What is it? Exonerate. Exonerate means stop blaming. Stop blaming. An important word you have to remember. Yes, I appreciate those students who have been doing value addition, writing all the spell out is not correct. Spell out in detail is not correct. Spell out is correct. Very good, Super Sundar. Discriminate verb form, discrimination noun. The unjust or prejudicial treatment of different categories of people based on religion, based on gender, based on caste, based on creed. You try to discriminate or show prejudice, that is discrimination. Contingency noun form. It has a different meaning. Any unforeseen emergency, we say we keep some amount for contingencies, means unforeseen expenditure, unexpected expenditure. But here, contingent as a noun has a different meaning altogether. A group of people representing an organization or country or a part of a military force. In this context, at the time of the Republic Day parade, contingents from different parts of the country, part of a military force. It goes more with that meaning. Might, already have told you guys, may, might, helping verbs express possibility. May, might, may more chances, might less chances. May also used to express permission, very polite and formal. But here might another meaning, part of speech noun. I think we got this last time also. Might as a noun, what does it mean? Power. And when you listen to stories, many stories start with once upon a time there was a mighty king. Mighty means adjective, powerful, powerful, mighty king, powerful king. Splendor, an important word, great beauty that attracts admiration and attention. Something is visually impact making. We say it was a splendor. Usually it goes with fireworks, New Year celebrations, and in this context, Republic Day celebrations. Watch that, that nothing short of splendor, an important word. We still have words. Transparent has two meanings. One, you all know. What is the opposite of transparent? Please respond. Transparent, what is opposite? Opaque. We all know this. But in this context, transparent means what? Honest, open and honest without secrets. It goes with governments, policies, administration. Transparency is very important. Honesty is very important. Again, honest, exam point of view, important, not a honest person, an honest person. Assertion, I always tell youngsters you have to be assertive. Assertive Assertive person, assertive stand, adjective. Assertion, obviously noun. A confident and forceful statement of fact or belief. You say something with force and conviction, assertion. Reassure, part of speech verb. Say or do something to remove the doubts or fears. Allay also you can think of. Translucent, partially transparent. Very good, Naidu. Festive, festival, we all know those words. And festivities, a new word form, part of speech noun. The celebration of something in a joyful and exuberant way. Or activities or events celebrating a special occasion. What is the occasion? Republic Day. On that occasion, activities, events, we use the word festivities. Bicker, bickering. Argue about petty things or trivial matters. Petty means a silly, one meaning. But we have one expression, petty cash. Petty cash does not mean silly cash. Petty cash means what? Cash for everyday use, small amount, but petty issue, trivial, silly, not important, and bickering, always arguing about silly things. Those are the words, a lot of words. Let us go to the tone of the editorial. Today I'm doing slowly because so many words, and I have brought usual exercises. The tone of the editorial is positive because of a new system, rotation, that is a new system, and approving means accepting. It welcomes the Defense Ministry's decision to finalize a rotational plan. This is a new thing. Based on that, article has been written, editorial has been written. Rotational plan for the selection of Republic Day tableaus, emphasizing that this move is a step towards fairness and transparency. Everyone is going to happy. In this context, everyone means all the states and union territories. Show of fairness. Show of fairness means being just, perfect, no prejudice, no favoritism. But what is this show of fairness about? On the formula for selection of Republic Day tableaus. It's all about Republic Day tableaus, selection. But what is the main idea of this editorial? Tableau rotational plan. This is the main thing. Based on this, the editorial has been written. Tableau rotational plan for states and union territories is an equitable one. Everyone gets benefited. And here, Tableau rotational plan, not plural, singular, because plan is a noun before adjectives. We cannot use a plural form. And this is a subject. After the subject, we have for states and union territories. Ah, very good, Anusha. I appreciate that. So many words. You have to put the phrases and clauses related to the subject in brackets and read the sentence. Plan and any phrase, the last word is the key word. Plan singular based on that is. They take sentences, this is an important sentence. In the exam, they may use here are. A typical student thinks territories are, so no problem. That is how they think. But the sentence are not correct. Here we have to use is because the subject is plan, not territories. The Defense Ministry has finalized in this editorial so many sentences in present perfect. The Defense Ministry has finalized a rotational plan which will ensure that all states and union territories get a chance to display their tableaus at the Republic Day parade within a 3 year cycle. Rotation, how often? Once in 3 years. The Defense Ministry has finalized, ask what? A rotational plan. And what is this rotational plan? Which will ensure that all states and union territories get a chance to display their tableaus at the Republic Day parade within a 3 year cycle. Yes, this is a welcome step that will potentially avoid controversy over the selection of tableaus that has become an unfortunate and frequent accompaniment of the parade. Controversy, unfortunately, has become a frequent accompaniment, something that supplements or complements. And this particular step, the new idea, the new plan, is going to avoid, potentially avoid controversy over the selection of tableaus and this selection of tableaus has become an unfortunate and frequent accompaniment of the parade. This year, tableaus of 16 states and union territories were selected for the January 26 parade. Following an established process, they selected how many? 16. How did they select? Were selected past tense passive voice. For what? For the January 26 parade. How? Following an established process. Now, contrasting information, but the opposition ruled Delhi, Punjab, Karnataka, and West Bengal that were not qualified. They did not qualify active voice, were not qualified passive voice, past tense passive voice, were not qualified, cried foul. They cried foul means they protested saying that it was not, they were not treated in a fair manner. And to justify that statement, they have written one particular. They took one particular state, and this sentence talks about the stand taken by a particular state to justify this statement. Karnataka's Congress Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has said, this is again very important from the exam point of view, has said is a reporting verb. Whenever you come across said, statement, asked, question, told, or ordered, other words are also there, command, requested, obviously a request. Immediately you have to think of direct and indirect. And said goes with statements. Statements I usually teach three rules. Questions, five rules. And command and request together, three rules. Total 11 rules based on direct and indirect. And statements, what is the first rule? The most important, under pressure, you may ignore. If the reporting verb is in present tense, present perfect, or future, tenses don't change to a corresponding past tense. But if the reporting verb is in past, the tenses change to a corresponding past tense. And the topic is all about tense changes. Here has said that 7 proposals sent by the state were rejected. The actual statement also passed, and here also passed. But imagine here the chief minister said, then past changes to past perfect, had been rejected. That you got to be careful. I hope you guys are listening carefully. Has said that 7 proposals sent by the state were rejected by the center. In the exam, they may give a sentence, they may take the same sentence from here to here. They may give, has said that 7 proposals sent by the state had been rejected. A student candidate under pressure may think, oh, this said, he focuses only on said, tense changes, and thinks the sentence is right. No, the reporting verb is in present perfect, then tenses don't change. That is something very important, not easy under pressure. A political adjective, motive, noun, reason. What could be the reason behind a political motive behind selection and exclusion? There are two things. One is selection, the other one is exclusion. Behind selection and exclusion has often been suggested. Has been suggested. This is present perfect passive voice. Please listen very carefully. I'm going to tell something important. Present perfect active voice or passive voice has been suggested. They have suggested something. Something has been suggested. Present perfect passive voice. But why is this important? Here we have an adverb of frequency. A regular adverb of frequency. Regular classes, when I teach adverbs of frequency, I teach 4 rules, important rules. What are the 4 rules that go with adverbs of frequency? First one, adverbs of frequency come between the subject and the verb. He often goes there. He subject goes verb. He often goes there. This is an adverb of frequency. Second rule, if there are 2 or more than 2 verbs, then we have to use the adverb of frequency after the first one. How many verbs, helping verbs or action verbs do we have here? 1, 2, 3. We have 3 verbs, but you have to use the adverb of frequency after the first one. What is the first one here? Has. Has often been suggested. Again, they may take a sentence like this from here to here. may give in the exam, but they may place the word often somewhere else. They may give a sentence like a political motive behind selection and exclusion has been often suggested or has been suggested often under the current regime and the previous UPA regime. Under pressure, not easy. You have to remember all the four rules. And adverbs of frequency, four rules, very important. These are, now I have changed the approach. Earlier, I would do only analysis. Now I'm telling you guys which sentence has the potential to come in the exam, or which sentence pattern has a potential to come as a question under error location in the exam. I hope you guys are grasping that. I'm doing the analysis from a different level altogether. Besides the regular analysis comprehension point of view, slowly I'm touching exam point of view, what sort of sentences you may get, why they may take, what they may test, how to deal with those sentences. What could be the reason a political motive behind selection and exclusion has often been suggested? Under the current BJP regime, regime I have brought many a time. Regime means what? Regime, current government, current government in power, that is actual meaning, and they also add the word authoritative. Need not be authoritative all the time. Government in power, current BJP regime, and the previous UPA regime. That means this has been going on for some time. Only around 15 or 16 tableaus from states and UTs are selected each year. Whenever you see each year, context is important, but the time phrases are tense specific. Every year, each year, which tense are you supposed to use? Present tense. And here, present tense, is it an active voice or passive voice? Answer my question. It is in passive voice. Whenever you come across active voice, passive voice, direct, indirect, you have to know both the forms. Now, a sentence like this, immediately you have to ask yourself the same idea, what is it in active voice? Imagine the subject is they. Change it to active voice. They select 15 or 16 tableaus from states and UTs each year. That is active voice. 15 or 16 tableaus from states and UTs are selected each year. Are selected. The primary auxiliary be in the present form, and any sentence in passive voice, the main verb should be in past participle form. It is in present tense passive voice. Very good. This is the number, and obviously all cannot be accommodated. We have so many states and UTs, they select only 15 or 16. It is quite obvious that all cannot be accommodated. We cannot accommodate all active voice. All cannot be accommodated passive voice. Immediately you have to change, and you have to know for sure. All cannot be accommodated. And imagine some subject, we. Change it to active voice. We cannot accommodate all. Active voice. All cannot be accommodated by us. By us, we don't mention. All cannot be accommodated. And helping verb in passive voice. Pattern is helping verb, passive voice. Obviously, those states that haven't been selected for the period this year again important. Here it is in present perfect. Active voice or passive voice? Present perfect, passive voice haven't been selected. They haven't selected active voice. They haven't been selected passive voice. Those states that haven't been selected for the period this year, why should we use a present perfect here? The reason for that, the time phrase this year is incomplete. When we use the time phrases that indicate incomplete time period, we have to use present perfect tense. Today, incomplete. This week, incomplete. This month, incomplete. This year, incomplete. Were invited, it is in passive voice, past, to showcase their tableaus. Showcase means display, exhibit, at the Bharat Parv from January 23rd to 31st at the Red Fort. Again, this is very important. Answer my question, why is it important? A Red Fort is a monument. There is one important rule that goes with articles. What is that rule? Before monuments, we have to use a definite article, the. the Taj Mahal, the Red Fort, the Qutub Minar, the Charminar. Based on that, at the Red Fort, very important, not easy under pressure. What is the new plan? The new plan that has been agreed to. This is again very important construction. In the exam, they may give the new plan that has been agreed by 28 states. No, that has been agreed to. We have to use a preposition to. It has been agreed to, pause, by 28 states. It is aimed at giving everyone an equitable chance at participation. Main idea is being reiterated. Everyone should get a chance. The Defense Ministry already has an elaborate screening mechanism. You got to be careful. Some students, whenever they come across been, they think of passive voice, not correct. Whenever they come across has, they think of present perfect, not correct. You have to read the sentence here. Have, has, primary auxiliary, have, present, have, or has. They express possession. They have a function, or that particular helping verb has a function and three meanings. One meaning, eat. Another meaning, drink. Third meaning, possess. Possess, important. Why is it important? I'm having my breakfast. Means what? I'm eating my breakfast. Nothing wrong. I'm having coffee. I'm drinking coffee. Nothing wrong. Using the same pattern, a lot of people say, I'm having a brother. Is the sentence right or wrong? It is wrong. Why is it wrong? If you say, I'm having a brother, I'm having a bike, it means you're eating your brother, which is impossible. This is a common error. When it comes to possession, we should not use have or has in ing form. You have to say, I have a brother. Here, the defense ministry, that is a subject, already put it in brackets, has something. What has it got? Has an elaborate, in detail screening mechanism. For what purpose? For participants in the parade. For whom? For the participants in the parade. A committee. Whenever you come across words like committee, jury, staff, family, group, and team, you have to think of collective nouns, two rules. Collective nouns usually take a singular verb, a singular pronoun, because they're considered one unit. But if the sentence talks about division, they take a plural verb, a plural pronoun. Here, committee, first subject, collective noun of distinguished persons drawn from various fields, including Padma awardees. All this you have to put in brackets. Then you ask committee was or were. Was. Same sentence, they may give in the exam a lengthy sentence, but here they may use were. Now, a typical candidate who is not aware of the rules will focus on awardees, plural, were plural, may think the sentence is right. No, what is the subject here? Committee, singular, considered singular, was. This is again an important sentence from the exam point of view. The Ministry of Culture, the ministry subject of culture phrase had empaneled 30 agencies. Here it is in past perfect. For the first time, we have come across past perfect. Then you have to recollect what is the use of past perfect when there are two actions that happened in the past, two actions, one after the other. First action, we have to use past perfect tense. Second action, we have to use past tense. They had started the program before I went there. First action started the program. They had started the program. Past perfect. Before I went there. Second action, past tense. Here you have to remember the four words before, by the time, when, after. The Ministry of Culture had empaneled 30 agencies for what purpose? For design and fabrication. Fabrication means creation. Again, a phrase of tableaus. Ask the question how? Through an open selection process, and states and UTs were advised, past tense passive voice, to engage these agencies following appropriate procedure. There are lengthy sentence, but what does it mean? There are some agencies, and the states and UTs, they were advised to engage these agencies to design and fabricate the tableaus. And how should they do that? Following a particular procedure, appropriate procedure. I have a brother, correct. The allegations, accusations, saying someone has done something wrong or illegal without any proof, the allegations by states of discrimination with respect to their proposals may or may not be unfounded. May be founded, may not be founded, may be unfounded, may not be unfounded. Means may be justified, may not be justified. But the selection process has to be apolitical, has to be. I have to be, it has to be. What is the helping verb here? Have to, has to. I've told many a time, there's an important helping verb. And past form is what? I had to do it. I had to be there. It is used to express an obligation imposed by an external authority or a situation. I have to pay the bill today. Situation. I have to report to the manager, external authority, workplace. It has to be apolitical, means should not be political, and conducted in a transparent manner, means open without any secrecy, while maintaining standards to avoid questions in the first place. Obviously expected. While the marching contingents, here groups of people, especially defense, and military platforms at the parade showcase display the nation's military might, means nation's military power. The tableaus and the performances hold a lens to the country's cultural splendor and diversity. Splendor, something visually stunning, and it evokes admiration. Diversity. India is known as what? A country of unity in diversity. That's all about this editorial. But how does it end? In the backdrop, an important phrase you have to remember. We can also use a background, in the backdrop of controversies, year after year. The new proposal of a rotational opportunity for each state UT. The new proposal offers subject verb, a fairer and more transparent mechanism. A fairer and more transparent mechanism. Main idea is being reiterated. That's all about this editor. Oh, we still have the last one. The assertion states something firmly. The assertion by officials that the government, minister, or secretary do not have any role in the selection process. Now, officials have asserted, stated firmly something positive. What is it? The government, the minister, or the secretary, or any of these, they do not have any role in the selection process. That is good. He is reassuring. This particular assertion is reassuring. It removes all the doubts. It will go a long way. I use quite often. If you read the Hindu paper every day for 60 minutes, it helps in the long run. In the long run, here another expression, it will go a long way in keeping the festivities, the celebrations free from bickering, free from arguments. It ends on that particular note. Now let us go to questions to improve your comprehension skill. Answer the first one. What has the defense ministry? When you want to choose the answer, focus on the keywords. Recently finalized to ensure fairness in the selection of Republic Day tableaus. In the long run, ultimately, finally, eventually. Yes, Divya says squabbling, quarreling, argue, all these magnificence, grandeur. Who is that again? New students are contributing. I appreciate our regular students. I always appreciate, admire. Within no time, they come up with a lot of synonyms, a lot of related words. That is amazing. Who is this? Yes, I'm going to start Subakar. I'm going to start two courses. Please wait 2 or 3 days. I'm going to announce. I request you guys to wait. New courses and also new videos I'm going to launch, new mocks. Bilingual, most probably I'm going to, for the first time. I have been teaching English for the last 25 years. Never always English to English, never resorted to bilingual approach, but for the first time to reach more students, help more students, I may come up with a separate course bilingual. What has the defense ministry? What is the answer? Live mock SSC also I'm going to start. Naidu SSC mock banks already have seen the response has been good, and also a few courses. Random selection process not correct. A rotational plan for states and union territories. Have you chosen B? Very good. Let us go to how often. It talks about frequency. Means I'm not quite sure because I have a very tight schedule. I'm going to have a tight schedule. These also have to squeeze in time. At this juncture, I'm not quite sure. You have to wait with your fingers crossed for a few days. But before 18th, I'll make the announcement. Thank you very much, Manasa. I wish you all. I will do it at the fag end of the session. How often does the new rotational plan aim to give each state and union territory a chance to display their tableaus at the Republic Day parade? Every year, no. Within a 5 year cycle, no. Within a 3 year cycle, answer is C. Which opposition ruled states raised objections, not raised objections to not being selected for the Republic Day parade tableaus this year? Delhi, no, Delhi, of course, Delhi they mentioned. Punjab, Karnataka, and West Bengal. Hold this one. Maharashtra, no. Rajasthan, no. UP, no. So what is the answer here? A is the answer. Delhi mentioned, Punjab mentioned, Karnataka mentioned. There's one sentence about what the CM of Karnataka has said. West Bengal mentioned. Answer is A. How many tableaus from states and union territories are typically selected? How many do they select? Active voice. How many are selected by them? Passive voice. For the Republic Day parade each year. All states? No. Then why this controversy? Around 25 to 30? No. Only one per state? No. What is the answer? Around 15 or 16, clearly mentioned in the editorial. What is the role of the Ministry of Culture in the selection process mentioned in the editorial? A role of Ministry of Culture. It decides the final selection of tableaus. You can consider, hold that one. It empanels agencies for design and fabrication of tableaus. This has been mentioned clearly. What is the answer based on that? Answer is B. Yes, very good. Empanels agencies for design and fabrication, creation of tableaus. I have brought 5 idioms. Two or three are important, but many of our students, regular students, I am sure they know these. We have new students also because they are important. They have given many a time in bank exams. I keep bringing. If you get all the five, be happy. You're very good at effective English. That should be the attitude. New students try to get all the five correct. Zenith of fame or success. Zenith of fame or success. Because the word fame is there in the meaning also fame, you can easily guess. I will not do that sort of analysis. A typical educator may say, very easy, fame, this is the answer. That is ridiculous in my opinion. Why is it ridiculous? In the exam, they may use the word fame, may not use the word fame. You have to know the meaning. Zenith of success, zenith of fame, zenith of something positive, zenith of career. They may change the word. If you know the meaning, you can answer based on something like this. You cannot take things for granted. Obviously, answer is D. Oh, I have to change the color. D is the answer. Yardstick. Yardstick, our students use regularly. Please be careful. Many educators try to make things look simple, easy. This one, noun, not a noun, not a noun, not a noun, adjective. We need an adjective, adjective. Very simple answer. Things are not that simple. Exam, you're not going to have questions like if that is the case, 10 lakh candidates apply every year. All the 10 lakh should get the selection. Does it happen? If you take SBI PO 10 lakh, what is the number? 2000. From 10 lakh, they select 2000. It has to be difficult. It cannot be that easy, ridiculous. I will never do something like that. I always tell students, nothing is impossible, but things are difficult. Prelims easy, mains difficult. That's the reason why lakhs of students get stuck. Prelims also they get stuck. You got to be practical. You got to be realistic. 10 lakh, 2000. Oh, it is not easy. That should be the perception. And you have to raise your standards. You have to learn. You have to improve. You have to acquire knowledge. It takes some time. Yardstick, our students use regularly. Anusha and others. Yardstick means what? Standard, norms. Where is that? Answer is E. Second one is E. With no strings attached. Usually we use the word no. We cannot say with strings attached. Generally it is in no string. Thank you very much, Anusha Chaudhary. I'm glad to have students like you, Anusha. I have regular students, Anusha, Tripur Sundari, Divya recently joined, Asha Singh, and who else? Naidu. All these students, they have been, Suresh, he has got the job already. They have been enriching. You guys write so many words within no time. I don't want to use the word appreciate. I admire you guys. Highly appreciable, highly admirable, and highly adorable. From your end, the way you are responding, outstanding. Yes, touchstone, very good. Tripura Sundari. See, she has come up with a new word. Others don't feel bad. Manasa and so many students are regular students. Whatever came to my mind, I have just mentioned. But we do have regular students. I appreciate, I respect, I admire all those students. Just because I haven't mentioned the name, don't feel bad. It is something to be happy about. Thank you very much. What is the next one? With no strings attached means what? With no conditions attached. Answer is A. Usually it goes with loan, no strings attached. Vested interest. I will make a note here and this one. Vested interest. It may look a little clumsy. Vested interest means what? Selfish interest. That is also an important one. They have given many a time. Last one, upset the apple cart. Upset the apple cart means what? Spoil or wreck a plan. Answer is B. Has anyone got all the five correct? Please answer my question. Thank you, Naidu. We have a lot of students. They are regular, they do value addition. Besides the master, they do value addition. That is something really great. Usually it doesn't happen. Yes, spoil or bad apple. Five, all the five. Our regular students, Naidu, Paidi, Anusha, 5 out of 5. Good. But do remember we have new students also. Even they should learn. Tripura Sundari 5, Manasa 5, Kalyan 5 looks like a new student. Wonderful. Diminish. Decline means what? Diminish, go down, reduce. But remember the combinations. Decline is a verb. Declining numbers, declining quality, declining standards. And combinations are very important. Trigger. Trigger can be a noun and trigger can be a verb. In the context of the editorial, a verb. Deteriorate also you can say. Come down in standard. Pandu, very good. Please answer. Trigger, cause something. Thank you very much, Anusha. Like watching movie with interest, sir. That shows your interest towards English. If you are interested, you get there's some sort of connection. You develop a rapport with the master, and with every day you want to attend the session. Cause something, and usually it causes, evokes anger and not sadness, anger usually. Cause strong emotion like shock, anger. Shock also you can use. Very good. Sojourn, an important word, part of speech, noun. Some students may write stay, no, or temporary stay. Very good. Temporary visit, temporary stay. The word temporary should be there. Perceive, what is a noun form? Perception. Perceive, verb. Perception, noun. You feel something, or you feel the presence of something or someone using the senses like sight, smell, touch, tactile, any of these. Perceive, perception. Ah, very good. Temporary stay or visit. Derogatory part of speech adjective. I'm I usually say the combinations, try to catch the combinations, grasp the combinations. Derogatory remark, derogatory statement, derogatory uh, policy, derogatory stand means what? Insulting. That is befitting also. You can belittling. Have you written? Yes, you can say that also. Exact word is insulting. I appreciate more disparaging. Very good, Divya. I appreciate that. Humiliating. You can use that word. Pandu. Good. I ignominious. Good. Very good. Summon. Summon verb. Summoned. Regular verb. Important, but as a noun, very important. I told the other day also. Summons is singular. What is the plural of that? Summonses. Singular noun, plural noun. Good. Accrue, part of speech, verb. Accruing, ing form. Accrued, it's also a regular verb. Collect, gather, accumulate, yes, build up. All these words can be used. We have done all these. Predecessor, part of speech, noun, a person. Former, before, yes. Current one, what is the word? The present CM, what is the word you use? Incumbent. Current or present incumbent. The one before, predecessor. Former, you can say. Foray, part of speech verb. It is also a regular verb. Paramount means superior to all other things. But before that, foray. Foray means what? First attempt, one meaning. Start something new. And usually it goes with a particular field. Forayed into exports. A particular company started export business. Then we say the company has forayed into export business. Good. Paramount, part of speech, adjective. New undertaking, very good. Lakshman, we have a new student here. Please go to paramount means what? Crux, most vital. Good, Pandu. That's a new word. Most important. Destination goes with trips, travel, part of speech, noun. And when it comes to travel, some people travel frequently around the world. What is the word for those people? Globe trotter, an important one you have to remember. He is a globe trotter, means travels around the world quite often. Today in New York, tomorrow in Paris, day after tomorrow in Australia, Sydney or Melbourne. Globe trotter. Cozy up. It takes a preposition up, part of speech verb, regular verb. Means what? Provide comfort. Yes. Persuade someone. Which one? 13. Press. Good. Press, part of speech. It can be a noun. As a noun, we all know printing press, the media, press. But as a verb, persuade someone to do something, put pressure on someone to do something. Press the Indian government to remove the soldiers from the island nation. Exactly. Very good. Rhetoric, part of speech, noun. Speech or writing to persuade a lot of people, masses, people. It goes with public speakers, politicians, rhetoric. Yes, cozying up means what? To feel comfortable. Efficient manner, persuasive manner, persuasive manner. Ill effort, part of speech, art of speech or writing. That's also good. Unable to afford. In a way, it is not exactly verb. I would rather say idiomatic expression. ill effort. But you have to know the actual conversation English. What do we say? I can't afford. I can ill afford. I can't afford. Antagonize, we have got many a time. Enmity, hostile. These are the typical words. But here, antagonistic adjective, antagonize verb, unable to afford. Very good, Naidu. Rely on, you have to think of rely on phrasal verb. Bank on, depend on, count on. They all mean the same. Rely on, bank on, depend on, count on. Antagonistic, Naidu has written enmity, hostility, animosity, antipathy, bad blood, wonderful. That's really good, Pandu. Who is that, Pandu or Naidu? Naidu. Futility, futile adjective form. Futile, generally we say futile efforts. What is the combination here? Futile efforts, adjective, but futility, noun. Uselessness, pointless, egregious factors, part of speech, adjective. Egregious means what? Very bad, shockingly bad. And in a fiasco, very good. Fiasco means total failure. Futile, go to dogs, go down the drain. Good, very good. Yes. The last one is egregious, an important word. That's all for today. I hope you guys have got enriched. I appreciate your participation. Within no time, you have been responding for each word, each question. Highly appreciable. And do remember to subscribe and share. I will see you guys tomorrow, most probably, because festival people want to enjoy. People may not be, students may not be interested to watch the Hindu editorial. Sunday, anyhow, there is no editorial. I cannot take. Tomorrow, I'll try to take. But 15th, the major festival, I doubt. I wish you all a happy Sankranti, happy Pongal. Enjoy the festival and forget everything for 2, 3 days. Have a great time. Thank you very much.